Hi, very good evening to all of you. Hi, very good evening to all of you. Yes, yeah, we can start now. Yes, very good evening. Please give me confirmation about audio and video clarity, then we can start our discussion, ma. Just give me confirmation about audio and video clarity, then we can start our discussion without any delay. Yeah, very good evening to all of you. Yes, yes, super. Now, just one first 2 minutes, I want to give you the details about this revision series. Then after we can start our discussion. First of all, sorry for making these live arrangements and all the things are delayed. So that's why I'm saying sorry. This is the first day I want to set up the total audio and the video capture devices, etc. So that's why delay happened. Tomorrow onwards, every day 8 to 10 only. Today only 9 to 11. Okay. Next. So you know all the chapters, revision, schedule, etc. These are all available in YouTube community post. Now, remember the key points first I am going to tell you. This is not for the first time listeners. If you are a repeater, yes, you can follow without any doubt. Yes, second one. So after live, whatever the videos are done, so that will be added to the playlist. I don't want to remove. So that will be added to the playlist only. So till what time, sir? Till June as well as December 25 examination, your respective terms. Next. So in this revision series, I want to use the concept book, yes, workbook, concept book, and next workbook, and a handwritten content, handwritten notes, as well as MCQ content. So these are all I will use version 4. Sir, if you have version 3, okay, no changes between version 3 and version 4. So just format changes only format change. Next, along with this, I want to use the ICMAI recently released workbook I want to use. So maybe many faculties will ignore the ICMI sources, but I don't want to ignore this ICMI latest released workbook I want to cover. Okay, I want to cover the latest ICMI released workbook also. We can solve some problems also from that. So that only I want to say, yes, if you want to get hard copies and soft copies, these all are available in my app. Yes, you can go and you can purchase. Next point. So today our agenda, I think we need to start the basic concepts, return of income, as well as updated return concept. These are the three concepts we have to start. Now, so I think I don't want to discuss the super 50 concept, super 50 questions, not concepts, sorry. I don't want to discuss all the things. Okay, if I'm taking the basic concepts chapter, do you know what is the weightage of the basic concepts chapter? So definitely we are getting the 2 to 4 marks, like 2 MCQs we are getting from these only. And this chapter is important for the further chapters like tax computation, DDA chapter. Every chapter, these are all are important only. Okay, so that's why first I want to discuss the basic concepts. Next, return of income. Do you know what is the weightage of the return of income chapter? Yes, you will get 4 marks to 6 marks definitely from this chapter. So Updated return, okay, it isn't normally included in the return of income only, but separately we can discuss as an updated return. Separately we can discuss it as an updated return. But remember, so these two concepts are one chapter only. Yes, 4 to 6 marks. Remember, in one attempt they are given 8-mark question also. So that's why today our agenda is to cover these two chapters. So first we can start our discussion with the basic concepts. In these basic concepts, I am notified these concepts as an important. If you revise these concepts day before exam, that's enough. Yes, day before exam, if you refer these concepts are enough. Okay, now first we can discuss income tax rates, then after surcharge, yes, rebate. So can you tell me, these are the rates for that whom individual. 115 BAC, 115 BAC subsection 6 rates for whom individual. So default tax regime for individuals. I will tell you all the things in detailed manner, but remember, just I am giving these are the list of important concepts from the first chapter. Can you tell me these rates for whom? Any idea? Domestic companies. Can you tell me these rates for whom? Resident cooperative society. For whom? Resident cooperative societies. Okay. So next, this is a very important topic, 115 BBE, tax rate on undisclosed income. Tax rate on undisclosed income. It is a very, very important concept. Last one, we have to discuss the marginal relief. Okay. Let's begin our discussion with the, yes, let's begin our discussion with the now income tax rates. Okay. Now we can begin our discussion with the what income tax rates. Okay. So I'm using the handwritten content. Okay. You can first. And mainly students having the doubt, sir, will you discuss only concepts? No. Along with the concepts, some important problems also we can discuss, but you have to wait for, after completion of 2 hours, you have to wait minimum 5 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes also. So that's why. So we can discuss the problems also. Yes, whatever that the areas are important for exam, I can discuss all the things. Don't think about that. So give the time to me also, and I can discuss all the things. Yes. Let's begin our discussion with the basic concepts. The first concept, yes, I will tell you first thing. Yes. Basic thing only, already you know this one. Yes, remember, you know already, but I will tell you all the things. But I will tell you all the things again. Remember, what is a general rule and what is a golden rule in Income Tax Act? Yes, you know already. We have previous year as well as assessment year. So always the previous year and assessment years will be denoted in a financial year terms only, not in a calendar year terms. Not in a calendar year terms. Always the financial year terms only. For our upcoming examinations, June 25 as well as December 25, what is the previous year, 24-25? What is that assessment year? 25-26. 25-26. Now, what is a golden rule or general rule? I will tell you. If any income earned during the previous year, on that income, we are required to pay tax in assessment year. What is the reason? Sir, if you are maintain the books of accounts, yes, it will be closed on the last day of the previous year. Last day of the previous year. So then, how can I pay the tax in the same day? Definitely, I want to pay the tax in the immediately next financial year. That is only assessment year. That is only assessment year. So that's why simply it is a financial year in which you are earning the income, that is only called as previous year. First of all, it is a financial year in which you are earning the income, that year only called as a previous year. Second one, It is a financial year in which you are paying the tax, that is only called as assessment year. Are you clear ma up to now? Yes. We can go with the next points. Tax rates we can start. We can start with the what ma? Tax rates. Yes. In Income Tax Act 1961, if you want to calculate the tax liability, we have to calculate the three things and we need to aggregate the three things. Remember, we have to aggregate the how many things ma? Three things. And first one, it is an income tax liability. What is that? Income tax liability. Second one, surcharge. Third one, health and education cess. You have to calculate these three things. If you added these three things, then you will get the income tax liability. Sorry, tax liability. You will get the what ma? Tax liability. Okay. First, we can concentrate on the income tax liability. So, how to calculate the income tax liability? Remember, for calculating the income tax liability, either you can follow the old regime or you can follow the what ma? New regime. But for special incomes, always you have to follow the special tax rates. For special incomes, always you have to follow the special tax rates. So for normal income or other than special incomes, you can follow the old regime or new regime. Next, after calculating the income tax liability, you have to add surcharge. What do you mean by the surcharge? Surcharge means it is a tax on tax. Remember, if you calculated income tax liability, on that we need to levy the one tax, that is only called as surcharge. So that's why tax on tax. Income tax liability, on that you have to apply the tax rate, you will get the surcharge. For these two things, I want to add the health and education cess. For these two things, I want to add the health and education cess. Okay. Now, sir, why we need to levy the surcharge? I will tell you the reason. So, direct tax, it is also MCQ area, remember. Direct tax is an progressive based nature levy. What do you mean by the progressive nature, sir? So definitely while I am levying the tax, I need to check whether he is a rich and a poor. Definitely I will show the differentiation between the rich and the poor. If you are a poor person, no need to pay the tax. Like if your income is below the basic exemption limit, no need to pay the tax. If you have the more and more income, definitely you need to pay the more and more tax. That's why it is a progressive nature levy tax. That's why I want to collect this surcharge. If you are going for that indirect taxes is a regressive based. There is no difference between rich and poor. Yes, there is no difference between rich and poor. So example, if you purchase any soap, whether you are a rich person, poor person, also same indirect taxes you have to pay as an GST. So that's why if this is a direct tax, definitely this is a progressive nature. I want to collect the more and more tax from the rich persons. That's why I want to add surcharge. Now, so I want to start the income tax liability. Remember, so for special incomes like capital gain incomes and bettings, casual incomes, etc., I want to levy the special tax rates. Remaining normal incomes, always I can follow either old regime or new regime. Now, I want to know about the tax rates for the whom? Please check it out. Tax rates for the individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. So remember, in person definition, this, yes, 5 categories you have to add. Can you tell me what are the 5 categories? Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. Remember, if this category of persons, if they are open their return of income website, definitely, yes, what is the regime or what are the tax rates will be available for them? 115 BAC subsection 1A. That means if I am opening my income tax website, that means income tax portal, for filing my return of income, which rates will defaultly they are given? 115 BAC subsection 1A, or we can call it as an 115 BAC enough. That's why we are calling this regime as a default tax regime, newly introduced regime. That's why we can call it as a new regime also. I will tell you the reason at the time of discussing the rebate concept. Yes, why they are making this as a default regime also, I will tell you. There is a logic behind the introduction of this scheme as a default tax regime. Now, remember, yes, first we'll discuss about the default tax regime, new regime, or 115 BAC subsection 1A. While you are applying this regime, no need to check the age as well as residential status. It is a very important point. Yes, it is a very, very important point. Remember, there is no need to check age as well as residential status. Even non-resident also required to pay the tax by using these rates only if you following the 115 BAC subsection 1A or 115 BAC. What is that income tax rates? First I am discussing the income tax rates, then I will discuss surcharge, then I will discuss health and education cess. Remember, what is that income tax rates? Remember, amended area, remember, 0 to 3 lakh, nil, 3 lakh to 7 lakh, 5%, 7 lakh to 10 lakh, 10%, 10 lakh to 12 lakh, 15%, 12 lakh to 15 lakh, 20%, above 15 lakh, always 30%. Remember, here always there is an increasing rate of 5%. You can try to remember also. Can you tell me what is the basic exemption limit in default tax regime for all SSEs irrespective of age, irrespective of residential status? 3 lakh. Remember, many students are doing the mistake. Here there is no 25% slab. That you should remember. Always here what is that increasing trend? 5%. And you have to remember the limits also. 0 to 3 lakh, 3 to 7, 7 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 15, above 15. Now, please remember, already we know what is that income tax liability. After computing that income tax liability, can you tell me, after computing this income tax liability, what I need to do? I need to calculate surcharge. Sir, how to calculate surcharge? I will tell you. Listen. Yeah. For individual HUF, AOP, BOA, AJP, these are always as in one set only. Okay. But can you tell me what do you mean by the AOP, ma? Association of person. Nothing but one company can become the member, or one individual, or one partnership form like joint venture only. They can do what, ma? Associate together and they can do business. Example, I will take another association of person. In this, one company is there and another company is there, So this AOP, I will call it as an association of person, only companies consisting as a members. In this association of person who are members, only company. Remember, while I am discussing here surcharge rate, exclude this AOP. Other than AOP consisting only companies as members. So remaining, yes, for this AOP also, these are the surcharge rates. Only exclude AOP consisting only companies as a members. Only companies as what, members. Okay. Sir, then what about the companies consisting as members separately? I will tell you. Okay, now remember. I think you know already how we can levy the surcharge based on total income. Based on total income only, I can decide whether you are in poor or rich. Now, if your total income is more than 50 lakh, more than 50 lakh only, you have to pay the surcharge. But equal to 50, less than 50, there is no surcharge. Equal to 50, less than 50, there is no surcharge. Remember, more than 50 lakh, up to 1 crore if you have a total income, then what is the surcharge rate? 10% on income tax. Already you computed income tax. For this you have to add. Sir, you know this all the things, but in exam, many students are doing this silly mistake. So that's why don't do this mistake. Next, more than 1 crore to 2 crore, 15%. More than 2 crore, 25%. If I am asking a question, sir, what is that maximum surcharge rate for an individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, if they are following the default tax regime or 115 BAC or new regime, what is that answer? 25% is a maximum surcharge rate. Now, sir, you are given this default tax regime, but I don't want to follow this default tax regime. I want to shift from the default tax regime to yes, old regime. Will it be possible? Yes, it is possible only. That option to shift out is given in the section 115 BAC subsection 6. If I am exercising this option, yes, automatically I will fall in the normal tax rates. This is only old regime. Now it is an option for us. That's why this is an optional tax regime for whom? Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. Now remember, can you tell me if examination in CMA inter MQP, they are highlighted this section. That's why you should remember the section number. What is that? Section 115 BAC subsection 6 is given the option to shift out from the default to the normal. Shift out from the default to the normal. Now remember, in normal tax rates, in old regime or in optional tax rates, any name also okay. Yes. How we can levy the tax? We can discuss first income tax rates. Here income tax rates is depending upon, yes, individual. If you are an individual, we have to check. We have to check whether you are a resident or non-resident and age also. If you are a non-resident, always this one only. And if you are a resident less than 60 years, what is the basic exemption limit? 2.5 lakh. And yes, if you are an HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, always this is the first thing only. Up to 2.5 lakh basic exemption limit. 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%. Above 10 lakh 30%. Next rates we can discuss. These are all covered here only, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. But I want to discuss the non-resident individual here itself over. But now I want to discuss the resident individual. Resident individual, remember, having age equal to 60, more than 60. It isn't very important. Equal to 60 also senior citizen, more than 60 years also senior citizen. Can you tell me what is the basic exemption limit, ma? 3 lakh. So previously 2,50,000 only for them, but now that is an increase for the senior citizen, 3 lakhs, 3 lakhs to next slab 5 lakh, 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%, above 10 lakh, 30%. Next category, I want to discuss the resident individual. Yes, having the age of equal to 80, more than 80, he is a super senior citizen or very super senior citizen. Super senior citizen or very senior citizen, sorry, very senior citizen. Remember, so here up to 5 lakh nil. Basic exemption limit is 5 lakh. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%. Here there is no 5% slab. Remember guys, there is no 5% slab. Above 10 lakh, 30%. Here, if you calculated the income tax liability, by using these rates in the optional tax rates or normal tax rates or old regime, if you calculate income tax liability, for this I need to add what, ma? Surcharge. How can I add the surcharge? So while adding the surcharge, exclude one category of AOP. Can you tell me what is that AOP? In AOP, only companies are consisting as members. Please exclude. Please exclude. For them, I will tell you separately. Now, if total income, here also same, ma? Here also same. If total income is more than 50 lakh, then only you are required to pay the surcharge. If that is in less than or equal to 50 lakh, no need to pay surcharge. Can you tell me whether surcharge is levied or that is depends always on total income. Depends always on what ma? Total income. Next, yes, while applying surcharge rate, we have to apply the surcharge rate on income tax. Next, can you tell me 50 lakh to 1 crore? Yes, we have to levy the 10% of income tax. Remember, not on total income. This rate directly we have to apply on income tax. More than 1 crore to 2 crore, 15% of income tax. Here, 2 crores to 5 crore is a one more slab, 25%. More than 5 crore, 37%. What is that maximum surcharge rate in the old regime, or optional tax rates or normal tax rates for individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, 37%. Remember what is that rate? 37%. Next, sir, any regime also, for this category of person, surcharge rate is separately they are revealed. Only for whom? AOP consisting only companies as a members, for them, what is the rate? Remember, below 50 lakh or equal, there is no surcharge. If that, remember, below 50 lakh or equal to 50 lakh, no need to pay surcharge. But if that exceeds 50 lakh to 1 crore, 10%. More than 1 crore, whatever the total income you have, this 15%, these rates needs to apply on what ma? Income tax. These rates needs to be applied on what ma? Income tax only. What is the maximum surcharge rate for the AOP consisting only companies as a members? I am expecting this MCQ. What is the maximum surcharge rate? 15%. Sir, I think there is content. I think one student asked that video quality. Sir, from my side, video isn't clearly, I think 1080 or 4K only. From your side, you can check, sir, internet connection. Yes, now from my side, I think internet and all the things are clear only. The video after uploading, maybe that quality can be changed. I don't know. So now all the things are okay. Now, next, surcharge is over. So as of now, we discussed the tax rate for the whom? Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. Next, for firm including LLP and local authority, we can discuss. Firm including LLP and next, can you tell me, local authority? For this we can discuss. Always in income tax, we know already firm always includes LLP. So under local authority, these two having the same tax rates. Remember, what is the tax rate? Income tax rate is flat rate, not slab rate, that is 30%. Yes, surcharge. Remember, surcharge. More than 1 crore, what is it? More than 1 crore, less than 10 crore, 12%. More than 12 crore, 10 crores also 12%. There is a fixed surcharge. More than 1 crore, always 12% only. Remember, always 12%. Can you tell me this 12% applied on what ma? Income tax. Next, domestic company. Here we have a more discussion related to domestic company. If domestic companies wants to file the return of income, which regime is a default one? Normal and old regime is default one. Sir, for domestic companies only, we are given an option to shift from the normal or old regime to optional tax regime. What are that ma? 115BA, 115BAA, 115BAB. For which companies this option of shift out is available? Domestic companies only, not for foreign company. Now I will tell you. First we can discuss about the normal tax rates. For the previous year 24-25 and assessment year 25-26, I want to discuss the tax rates for the domestic company, that too income tax rates first. Remember, if you want to know the tax rates for this year, you have to check out the turnover or gross receipts of the domestic company for the previous year 20-23. Sir, previous year 20 to 23, because the last year's rates, last year's turnover or gross receipts data is an yes best for taking the tax rates computation. That's why always the budget also saying that these are the year we have to take. Many students are thinking, sir, how you can take this year turnover, sir, because the previous year is over now only. We have to take the prior year's data. That too, can you tell me prior year is previous year 23-24. So this is also not okay. Prior year, prior to that 20 to 23 we have to take. Remember, 20 to 23 gross receipts or turnover does not exceed 400 crores, not lakhs. 400 crores does not exceed the 400 crores. Then what is the rate? 25%. Other domestic companies, that means if exceeded, like what ma? 30%. If exceeded 400 crores, 30%. Next, surcharge rate. What is the surcharge rate? Remember, less than or equal to 1 crore of total income, no need to pay any surcharge ma. But if the total income more than 1 crore, less than or equal to 10 crore, 7%. More than 10 crore, 12%. More than 10 crore, 12%. Are you clear? Next, remember, for domestic companies, surcharge rate will be 1 to 10, 7%, above 10, 12%. Next, sir, they want to go with the optional tax rate. Yes, they can shift from this normal or old regime to optional. Remember, so we having some discussion about this in an assessment of various entities also. Remember, section 115BA, BAA, BAB. So to be honest, this is an outdated section, but in our syllabus still that provision is there. Okay, still that provision is there. So for domestic company, yes, normally domestic company tax rate 25-30, no need to apply 30, sir. You can pay 25 only. Surcharge rate is depends upon what my total income. So total income is 1 to 10, 7%, above 10, 12%. What is the health and education says? 4%. Next, they are given this is an outdated practically. Remember, next two sections are there. Remember, first I will cover the section 115 BAB. What is a 115 BAB? Domestic manufacturing company, not service oriented. Domestic manufacturing company, if that is satisfying these two conditions. What are the two conditions? The first one, set up and registered on or after this date. What is that on or after? 1/10/19. And commencement of business before this date, 31st March 2024. 31st March 2024. That means set up and registered on or after this date, commencement before this date, then yes, yet just 15% income tax, 10% fixed surcharge, 4% health and education says. Remember this effective tax rate will be 17.16. Directly you have to remember this tax rate. This is only our first MCQ always. Every attempt out of these three sections only they are given the first MCQs. Yes, you can check also. Next, sir, other domestic company. What is it? Other domestic company, 22%, 10% fixed surcharge, 4% is an health and education says. Effective rate will be 25.168. So here surcharge is depends upon total income under this section. Remaining sections, always surcharge is fixed at 10%. Always surcharge is fixed at the rate of what ma? 10%. Next, we can discuss about the foreign company tax rates. Yes, amendment. Foreign company tax rate is now 35%, not 40%. Remember, this is an amendment. Next, sir, remember, in some cases, foreign company is liable to pay the tax at the rate of 50% also. I will tell you, if they are receiving the royalty income or fees for technical services income from Indian companies or Indian entities or Indian government, concern means Indian entity or Indian government. So with respect to the royalty agreement date, FTS, fees for technical services related. So I will tell you. So foreign company is receiving the royalty income or what ma? Fees for technical services income from Indian government or Indian concern. Okay. Yes, definitely they are given some services. That's why we have to pay the money. Yes, for non-resident it is an income. So they are going to pay the tax at the 50% rate. Yes, provided definitely there must be an agreement between these two fellows, service provider and service recipient. If that agreement with respect to the royalty in between these dates and if that agreement related to fees for technical service in these dates, then definitely that income is taxable at the rate of 50%. Okay, not important, just try to remember. Next, surcharge rate. Sir, domestic company normally paying the income tax only how much rate? So 25% or 30% in normal tax rates. Surcharge rate is nothing but what, 7% or 12%. Foreign company already paid huge income tax at the rate of 35%. So that's why while levying the surcharge, please levy low amount, that is an 25. What is that? 25. More than 1 crore, less than or equal to 10 crore, 2%. More than 10 crore, yes, 5%. Next, I want to discuss cooperative society. Important, remember. Cooperative society also having two regimes. Can you tell me first regime is nothing but what? First regime is what? Normal regime or old regime. Normal tax rates, old regime. Sir, if they want to follow the option, yes, they have an option to shift out from the normal to optional. Income tax rates, I will tell you. 0 to, there is no basic exemption limit. Up to 10,000. Up to 10,000, 10%. 10,000 to 20,000, 20%. Above 20,000, 30%. Sir, why? They are given the low volume slab rates. Cooperative society having that normally non-profit motive always. They having the minimum income only. That's why that minimum income we have to tax. That's why 0 to 10,000, 10%. There is no basic exemption limit for them. Remember, 10,000 to 20,000, 20%. Above 20,000, 30%. Surcharge rates. Sir, can you tell me surcharge rates? I think similar to domestic company only. Surcharge rate of a cooperative society in case of normal tax rates or in case of old regime, what is that? Similar to domestic company only. Next, can you tell me if they want to shift out from this? Yes, they can follow. Yes, how many optional tax rates are there? To 115 BAD, 115 BAE. Sir, I don't want to discuss. It is similar to section 115 BEAB. It is similar to section 115 BEAA. Only one thing here, conditions will be changed. That will be, yes, on that occasion, that is 1/10/2019, here 1/4/2023. And this date is same. So remember, this cooperative society tax rates are always similar to the domestic company. Can you tell me this optional regimes is available for residents only? Remember, not for non-resident. Not for non-resident. Now I will give you that one clarity. Yes, please check. So as of now, we discussed a few things, For individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, we discussed tax rates. Can you tell me which one is a default one for them? Which one is a default regime? Any idea? Section 115 BAC. Within that subsection 1A, they are given that rates. Now, can you tell me what is that optional regime? What is that optional regime for them? Or optional tax rate or optional regime, whatever it may be? Yes. Any idea? All of you? Normal tax rates. How can I shift out from here to here? By using option given under section 115 BAC subsection 6. Now, next. for domestic company. All of you? Default regime is what, ma? Normal only. Can you tell me normal tax rate 25% or 30%? No, sir, they don't want to follow it. Yes, they want to follow. Yes, they can follow what, ma? Section 115BA, Section 115BAA, Section 115BAB. Can you tell me directly? They can shift. Next, cooperative society, the two resident cooperative society. What is that? What is that regime? What is the default tax regime? Normal tax rates only. I think 0 to 0 to yes 10,000 to 20,000, but they don't want to follow it. Yes, yeah, they have an option to follow. Section 115 BAD bad. Section 115 BAE. Sir, many students are asking, sir, then what about the partnership firm, sir? What about the LLP, sir? For them, only one regime only there. For them, only one regime is there. So, for these three types of SSCs or persons only, we have an optional regime. We have an optional regime. Not many students are asking, sir, then what about the partnership form, sir? There is no optional regime for the other SSCs or other person other than these three. Are you clear? Now, we can go on. So, I think as of now, we discussed the yes tax rate, but now I will tell you special tax rates also. So, can you tell me special tax rate? How we are going our how we are taking our discussion, ma? Income tax liability, we discussed for every person, old regime, new regime, but special incomes are always taxable at special tax rates only. I think a special tax rate discussion is very important. Now you have to listen. Special tax rate. So these are the rates are applicable for all SCs. Example, if company, partnership firm, individual, any person having these special incomes, always they are required to follow the special tax rates only. Yes, capital gain rates I will tell you in quickly. Remember these three assets, these three assets are called as an financial assets. What are the three assets? Listed equity shares, equity oriented mutual fund units, business trust units. If these assets are short term capital asset, yes, these assets are short term capital assets. Or so another listed equity shares, units of equity oriented mutual funds, units of business trust. If these are the long term capital asset, then long term capital gain under section 112A. If these are short term capital assets, short term capital gain under section 111A. Before amendment, yes, 15%, now 20%. Yes, here remember before amendment 10%, after amendment 12.5%. Yes, remember basic exemption limit throughout the previous year is totally 1,25,000. 1,25,000. So other short-term capital assets, so other than financial assets, so other short-term capital assets is taxable at normal tax rate. Many students are thinking entire capital gain tax, entire capital gain chapter is special tax rate. No, this is always taxable at normal tax rates only. Next, long-term capital gain other than these financial assets, yes, taxed under section 112. Yes, there is a multiple rates in capital gain amendments I will discuss 20%, 12.5% and 10%. So casual incomes like lottery, crossword puzzles, winnings, etc. 30%. Online games, remember section numbers also 115BB is 30%. Casual incomes 115BBJ 30%. This is only the most important undisclosed income. Every attempt MCQ 115BBE, 115BBE. What is the tax rate? Example, undisclosed income means simply black money. Sir, I am not at all paid the tax in last 5 years, but that money is still in my bank account. If AO finds that amount, so he will levy the tax at the rate of 60%, surcharge at the rate of 25%, health and education cess at the rate of 4%. Health and education cess at the rate of what? 4%. Totally, what is the tax rate? 78% effectively. Remember, if they are asking just a tax, 60%. Effective tax rate if they are asking 78%, remember. Along with this tax, the penalties and all other things also there will discuss separately. No need to discuss now. In basic concepts, remember income tax at the rate of 60, 25%, 4%. Sir, if you invested this 1 minute time, you will get 2 marks MCQ. Yes, after exam, you can message me about this MCQ only. Okay, next. Health and education says you know already. Yes, applicable to all SSCs. Add income tax. So, income tax, add surcharge. Sir, if SC is available, ready for rebate, yes, anyone. Either surcharge or rebate, anyone only we can get. After adjusting all the things, then you can apply 4%. That's why I can frame one sentence. Health and education says is a last step in tax computation. This is a last step in tax computation. But Block Money Act, yes, you are saying correct only. Block Money Act, 30% only. Block Money Act is applicable for undisclosed foreign income and foreign asset. But here I am talking about the normal. There is a difference. Yes, you are asking correct only. Block Money Act is applicable for the specific points only. What is that? Undisclosed foreign income, foreign asset. For that we have to apply 30%. Now, Indian block money, if anything is there, then it is taxable at this rate. Super question. Thank you. Yes, as per Block Money Act, if undisclosed foreign income and undisclosed foreign asset is there, then definitely 30% only as per Block Money Act. No need to add education cess, no need to add surcharge also, just 30% only tax rate as per Block Money Act. But as per Income Tax Act 1961, if any Indian income tax, if you are not paid in earlier years, that accumulated money is called as block money. On that you are required to pay 78% tax. Now, so rebate concept, amended concept, now we can take directly rebate. Rebate means a discount while you are paying the tax. Rebate means nothing but while you are paying the income tax, you can get discount. So this discount can be taken only by the one person. Can you tell me who is that person? Resident individual. Who is that? Resident individual. Yes, resident individual, not all SSCs. For resident individual only can get the rebate. So I think you know he can follow the old regime, or he can follow that what 115 BAC, that is only we can call it as a default tax regime, that is only we can call it as a new regime also. But if he following that old regime or normal tax rates, can you tell me when he can get the rebate if his total income less than or equal to 5 lakh? Yes, Janpar Mallu. Yes, 115 BBE for that Indian undisclosed income. For Indian undisclosed income. No. So if your total income is less than or equal to 5 lakh, yes, you are eligible for rebate. What is the rebate, ma? Generally, you can calculate, ma, 5 lakh income. What is the tax liability you will get maximum? So 2.5 lakh, up to 2.5 lakh. Next, 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh slab is there. What is the tax rate? I think 5%. Can you tell me how much? 12,500. So that means if you have exactly 5 lakh, I will give you 12,500. So, okay, whatever it may be, income tax payable or 12,500, whichever is lower, I will give you it as in what ma? Rebate. If any person having that income up to 5 lakh, no need to pay any tax because of what ma? Rebate concept. Because of rebate concept. Next, in new regime, that is only 115 BAC default tax regime, or in new regime, if total income is, remember, less than or equal to 7 lakh, that means total income does not exceed 7 lakh. Rebate is income tax payable or 25,000. Here arrow mark is missed, whichever is lower. But I will tell you an explanation for this. Many students are asking as a doubt, ma. So Finance Act 2023, Finance Act 2024, I want to take. So exactly 7 lakh income is there. Please compute the tax by using section 115 BAC. So I think up on that occasion 0 to 3 lakh, So 3 lakh to 6 lakh slabs. Earlier Finance Act slabs I am taken. Ma. So 6 lakh to 7 lakh. Can you tell me? 0, 5%. So 10%. So here 5% means 15,000. Here 10,000. Total 25,000. On that occasion, they are saying entire 25,000 or income tax payable, whichever is lower, you will get it as a rebate. But as per Finance Act 2024, it will not work. Why? I will tell you. Can you tell me what is the slabs, ma? 0 to 3 lakh, nil. 3 lakhs to 7 lakh directly, 5%. What is it? So, can you calculate, ma? I think you will get 4 lakh into 5%. I think 20,000 you will get. Sir, actually here, definitely they have to replace the 25,000 with the 20 only, but they are not changed these in the Finance Act 24. Yes, yes, remember, but in exam also you have to write income tax payable or 25,000, whichever is lower. But maximum benefit we can get 20,000 only, because our tax liability itself, if total income does not exceed 7 lakh, what is the tax liability we can get, ma? 20,000. Now, okay, for namesake they are placing as on 25, no use of that. Next, more than 7 lakh if you have. Yes, here also they are providing the rebate. How? Under marginal relief concept. Rebate under which concept, ma? Marginal relief concept. I will tell you how it will be worked out also. I will tell you. Okay. Suppose my total income is in this instance, I want to take 7,20,000. It is more than 7 lakh. That's why maybe I will get the rebate under marginal relief concept. I will tell you. Please perform step 1. What is the total income? 7,20,000. More than 7 lakh, how much amount, ma? 20,000. Yes. Step 2. Compute Indian income tax liability. No need to add surcharge. Only income tax liability. Can you calculate, ma? 0 to 3 lakh. Yes. Next 3 lakhs to 7 lakh. Next 7 point. That means balance 20,000. Nil, 5%, 10%. So this is on 20,000. This is on 2,000, I think. Totally how much tax I required to pay, ma? 22,000. Yes, 22,000. Remember here, what is the tax I required to pay? 22,000. Remember, sir, here I earn additionally more than 7,20,000 only. They are asking 22,000 tax. Sir, you said only yes, more less than or equal to 7 lakh, no need to pay any tax. Additionally, I earned only 20,000, but you are asking 22,000 tax. So that's why here rebate will be there. Difference between the step 2 and step 1. The 2,000 they will give as in what, ma? Sorry, 2,000 they will give it as in what, ma? Rebate. So that means while you are paying that, yes, you can remove that rebate as 2,000. You can pay 20,000 only tax. So many students are asking, sir, how we can know about the marginal relief? Here 7,20,000, okay, sir. I have an 8 lakh income, sir. Can I get marginal relief? If you perform this step, you will get, but I will give you shortcut. If you are a resident individual, if you are following the default tax regime, if your total income is 0 to 7 lakh, directly you will get the rebate. 0 to 7 lakh, directly you will get the rebate. But 7 lakh to 7 lakh, 22,220. Remember this limit. Up to 7 lakh 22,220, you will get the rebate, not direct rebate. Under which concept, ma? Marginal relief concept. Rebate under marginal relief concept. After that, more than 7 lakh 22,220, no rebate for you. What is that? No rebate for you. Are you clear up to now? So please give me confirmation about your understanding about the rebate concept, and we have a workbook question also. Now on your own you can solve the workbook question number 3. On your own you can solve the workbook question number 3. Yes, this is an exclusively on rebate ma. You can solve on your own in your free time. Now I will proceed. So I already given that important concepts like list we can discuss. Yes, what are the things are done ma? Income tax rates done, surcharge done, rebate under section 87A done, 115 BAC, 115 BAC subsection 6 rates done, 115 BA done, 115 BAA, 115 BAB, that is a domestic company tax rates done, 115 BAD done, 115 BAE done, 115 BBE. Can you tell me undisclosed income tax rate? For my satisfaction, all of you under this section, what is that undisclosed income related tax rates? All of you, what is that undisclosed income tax rate? Please type your answer in comment. So just I want to know whether %78. Yes. 7,22,220 ma. 7,22,220 up to this. We can get the rebate under what concept? Marginal relief concept. Super. Thank you. Yes. Next. Last one, I want to discuss marginal relief. So don't ignore this concept of marginal relief, ma. Don't ignore this concept of marginal relief, all of you. Remember, maybe you can get the directly as an MCQ also. Marginal relief concept is important. And many students are having the confusion between the rebate and the marginal relief. Rebate under section 87A and marginal relief. So can you tell me this is on only for resident individual? Okay, if their total income, can you tell me if their total income less than or equal to 5 lakh or 7 lakh or 7 lakh 22,220? Marginal relief is for all SSCs. Why we can give the marginal relief? Relief means some relaxation we are giving marginally. That means some relaxation only we are giving marginally. This is for all SSCs. This is for all SSCs. Reason for giving the marginal relief is surcharge. Remember, because of surcharge, yes ma, our total additional income, remember, our additional income is more than the, additional income is less than the additional tax. I will tell you all the things in detailed manner, but you have to remember what is the differentiation. What is the differentiation? What is that additional income less than the additional tax? This is a burden only to that SSC. So that's why we can get the marginal relief. Can you tell me marginal relief for all SSCs? Because of, what is the reason for giving the marginal relief? Because of surcharge. Shall we start our discussion directly? One question I will take marginal relief related, then we can take the further also. Yes, shall I take ma? All of you, please give me your confirmation about the understanding of the concepts till now. Now I will take the one question related to marginal relief. Then you can understood all the things. Yes, give me 1 minute time. Just 1 minute only. Yeah. So I will give you one person, Mr. EA. I will give you one question, marginal relief understanding related one question we can solve you. Please quickly give the reply with your calculations. Mr. A, he is 34 years. His total income I am given in this question 2 crore. Yes, 2 crore. Not 2 crore, I will take 5 crore. Whatever it may be, best one I will take 5 crore. Is following the normal tax rates. Is following which tax rates, normal tax rates. So his total income is 5 crore and he's following the normal tax rates. Now I want to know, I will give you 5 crore 1 lakh. Okay. I will take the 5 crore 1 lakh. So just I will tell you, if imagine his total income just 5 crore and you can calculate tax liability. And case 2 you can calculate the total income, yes, as an 5 crore 1 lakh. Okay, I'm not doing calculation, I'm telling the concept. Remember, can you tell me what are the taxes? First you have to calculate here income tax only. Some amount you will get. Remember normal tax rates, slab rates you have to follow. And you can add what only health and education says on. Sorry, surcharge you can add. What is the surcharge rate here you can apply? Any idea? 5 crore only. 5 crore only. What is the surcharge rate we can apply here, 25% only. Okay. Next we have to add, for these two things we have to add health and education. You will get tax liability. Okay. But here in the second case, just suppose if his total income is only income tax plus here what is the surcharge rate, 37% we have to do. Finally you will get the tax. For this we have to add health and education cess at the rate of 4%. Surely if you calculated additional income, okay, I will go with the favorite color. Yes, can you tell me what is it? Additional income tax, sorry, additional income here. What is that additional income here? 1 lakh. They are earning the additional income 1 lakh, but if you differentiated the additional tax, definitely, yes, which one is a more, definitely which one is more? Additional tax. So just a random amount, it isn't more than definitely 1 lakh you will get. So this is a burden to the SSC only. Sir, I earned additionally 1 lakh only, but you are asking the tax is a more than 1 lakh. It isn't definitely burden to the SSC. That's why here SSC will get the marginal relief, sir. In exam, how can I know about whether there is a marginal relief or not? There is a basic limits for surcharge. There is a basic limits for surcharge. Sir, what are the basic limits for surcharge? I will tell you. For individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, can you tell me what are the basic limits? I will tell you. 50 lakh more than we have to apply. Okay, more than 50 lakh more than. or 1 crore exceeds, we can increase the rate of surcharge. More than 2 crores, we can increase. More than 5 crores. Next, for company, for partnership firm, for yes, others also, there is an 1 crore as well as 10 crore. I will call these as a basic limits for surcharge. Remember one trick. If your total income is marginally more than basic limits for surcharge, here marginally more than what basic limits for surcharge. Sir, what is a marginal, sir? Give me that also. 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. Yes, if more than these basic limits, they are given as a total income in exam. Directly, you have to calculate the tax liability by using the marginal relief concept only. Yes, definitely that fellow will get the what marginal relief. That's why you can calculate the tax liability by using the marginal relief concept only. Yes, I'm repeating again, basic limits for surcharge is nothing but 50 lakh, 1 crore, 2 crore, 5 crore, 1 crore, 10 crore is there. If marginally your total income is 1 lakh, 2 lakh or 3 lakh more than these basic limits, definitely we can get the marginal relief. That's why please calculate tax liability by using marginal relief concept. I will tell you how to calculate also. Step 1. Please use your calculators and tell me the answers in the comment box. Step 1. What is that? Tax on total income including surcharge. Can you tell me tax on what is the total income in our question? 5 crore 1 lakh. Including surcharge, if you calculated, can you tell me surcharge rate at the rate of 37%? What is that amount you will get? I already have an answer in workbook also. We have this question. That's why I'm copying 2 crore 3 lakh 30,800 you will get. Yes, ma. Step 2, if I am calculating, yes, ma. Tax on, remember, basic limit. Can you tell me what is the basic limit in our question, ma? Yes, what is a basic limit? 5 crore. In our question, what is a basic limit? 5 crore. More than 5 crore, what is that extra income? 1 lakh. So now tax on 5 crore you can plus. Sir, government always asking the tax. But here there is a burden. That's why at least you have to give this additional income instead of this additional tax. Because additional tax is more. You are feeling that, sir, I'm paying the more than my income, sir. That's why no problem, sir. Please give it this amount. That's why, what is that, ma? Extra income over the basic limit. What is that extra income over the basic limit? 1 lakh. Please, can you calculate the tax liability and add that how much amount, ma? 1 lakh. Remember, you are only saying, sir, my additional income is 1 lakh only, but additional tax is more than 1 lakh, sir. Yes, that's why. Please give it this amount to me. Please pay the tax on 50 lakh. Yes, please pay the tax on 50 lakh and give this amount to them. Yes, that's right. But here, what is the surcharge we have to apply, ma, while calculating 5 crores related? 25% you have to apply. Can you tell me how much you will get? 1,85,000, 85 lakh 12,500. Step 3, I will tell you, ma. Sir, government asking this amount, but your capability is one only. That's why, yes, definitely, here there is a marginal relief. Yes, here there is a marginal relief. Yes, when you can get the marginal relief, step 1 is more than step 2. But they are asking this amount, sir, but your capability, tax payment on this basic limit and extra income also you are giving. So that's why your capability is 1 crore 85 lakh 12,500. Am I clear? Now, what is that marginal relief, ma? Step 1 minus step 2. Can you tell me what is the difference between these steps? These two steps. 17 lakh 18,300. So step 4 is an important for presentation. Yes, you are getting the marginal relief, but government always the greedy only. So they want to collect the tax as tax liability. They are allocating for as per their calculation 2 crore 3 lakh 30,800, but we are eligible for that marginal relief. Can you tell me this marginal relief amount is how much, ma? 17 lakh 18,300. Finally, what is that? Yes, after relief, what is that? Tax payable. Yes, second only. 1 crore 85 lakh 12,500. Whether it is an over? No, not over. Why? For this, we have to add health and education cess. Remember, here I am writing tax liability including education cess. Here also including education cess. And I already told health and education cess is a last step. That means after giving the marginal relief, last you have to add that what, ma? Health and education cess. Remember, while what are the steps, ma? Tax on total income including surcharge, tax on basic limit including extra income. If step 1 is more than step 2, then I can get the marginal relief. What is that marginal relief amount? I can reduce it from this tax liability. Ultimately, I will get the step 2 as an answer. For this, please add health and education cess. Yes, ma'am. Are you clear? No, ma, that is in 1 crore 85 only. Please check from your side. Okay, now. So this is a concept of marginal relief. But now in workbook, I introduced one question newly. Newly means nothing but so same. Domestic company is there. Yes. What is the tax income? 1 crore 1 lakh. Total income more than 1 crore marginally. That's why here you have to follow the computation of marginal relief. By using that only you can calculate tax liability. By using only you can calculate tax liability. Sir, if I am given the normal amounts, yes, you can calculate directly. But here marginally over the what, ma? 1 crore. That's why here you have to calculate the tax liability by using marginal relief concept. But for your confidence testing purpose only, I am given the shaker 52 years. What is the total income, ma? 2.2 crore. You can calculate here. Definitely we can't get marginal relief. Ayyo, MR means students will ask, what is that MR, sir? Okay, marginal relief. We can't get the marginal relief, guys. Why? Here, not marginal relief, but you can test. Definitely, if you are solving the problem, step 1, step 2, in step 3, definitely, always, can you tell me, what is the conclusion we drawn here, ma? Step 1 is more than step 2, then we got a marginal relief. But here, if you follow that, yes, here you will get a step 1 is, yes, ma, and step 2 comparison. If you done, what you will get, ma? Here, definitely less you will get. Yes, we have an answer in the workbook also. You can solve. What is that? Question number 4, last case. Just I am given this question for increasing your confidence only. Sir, you haven't doubt, sir. That's why you can follow the steps. But if you calculated the steps, then you will get what, ma? Step 1. Sir, you have a more capability, then you can pay. Are you clear? What are the steps? I'm repeating for last time. What are the steps, ma? Step 1 is tax on total income including surcharge. They are expecting this amount as a tax liability. But step 2, tax on basic limit, and we are ready to give the extra income also. This is our capability. They are expecting more than our capability. That's why we can get the marginal relief. Simple terminology. Last one, tax liability minus marginal relief, you will get this amount and you can add the health and education cess. In question number 4, last case, if you solved also, you will not get the marginal relief. Now, so one question, ma. Maybe you will get this for that your exam purpose also important. Many students can do the mistake here. They're asking tax liability in a most beneficial manner. What do you mean by the most beneficial manner? What is the most beneficial manner? I will tell you. 5 crore 1 lakh income they are given, ma. So under old regime, 5 crore is an basic limit for surcharge. Under basic limit for surcharge. Can you tell me what is it? How much? 5 crore is a basic limit for surcharge. How you know, sir? Yes, we already discussed. Under old regime, this 5 crore more than 37% equal to or less than 5 crore 25%. That's why this is a basic limit. That's why we can get the marginal relief. So that's why we solved under tax liability, we solved under marginal relief concept only. Check now. Sir, under new regime 115 BAC, can you tell me under 115 BAC, what is that? What is that basic limit? Only 50 lakh, 1 crore, 2 crore, not 5 crore. That's why directly you can compute the tax liability. Directly you can compute the tax liability. So which one isn't better? Here you got 1 crore 93 lakh 57,000, but here 1 crore 91 lakh. Which one isn't better, ma? Default tax regime only the better, because we are getting the low tax liability. What is that important point we have to take from this problem? Remember, you have to solve the problem under old regime as well as new regime. New regime, it is not a basic limit for surcharge. So that's why directly tax liability we can compute. If you are following the old regime, 5 crore is a basic limit for surcharge. So that's why there is a chance of getting, because more than basic limit for surcharge. Can you tell me additionally how much income we earned, ma? 1 lakh. That's why we can follow these computations. Additionally, 1 lakh only you got. That's why we can get marginal relief. That's why we are computing the tax liability by using these steps only. So tax liability computation normal only. But if you have a chance of getting the marginal relief, please follow the steps for computing tax liability. So that's end with this chapter. Yes, if you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, within 2 minutes, we can start the second chapter, that is a return of income. Now, I want a reply from all of you. Within that meantime, within that available time, I'm trying to cover the most of the concept. Definitely, you can felt it as a speed. So, this is a revision session, guys. It is not a batch or fast track or exam oriented, or like it is not a regular one also. That's why always I will say, if you are a repeater, you can use these classes. If you are a first timer, definitely you can't catch with the speed. Okay, you can't catch with the speed. Definitely I will say this will be in a speed manner only, but I will tell you some reasons and logics. So the many students having the doubts about these concepts, like what are that? So default tax regime means, optional means, I will tell you. Next, rebate and marginal relief. There is a huge discussion between these. So these things I will give you in a simple manner, but meanwhile you have to follow all the things also. Yes, it is a starting session only, Ishwar. So more than 250 is watching. You, I think all of you, we can see together at the end of, definitely we can reach more than 500 also. It is not an issue. Yes, this is enough for exam. This is enough for exam, but I'm giving the concept, but you have to solve the workbook questions also. So this question number 6, you have to solve on your own. And question number 5, you have to solve. And you can test this question in after 11, you have to test this also. Sir, if capital gain given, I will tell you in capital gain chapter, there is a separate provision is there. You can refer the workbook and concept book also. Sorry, handwritten notes also, I will give you, they will not give you the capital gain. If capital gain given, yes, surcharge rates will differ. I will tell you for MCQ purpose now only, remember. If capital gain and dividend income is there, maximum surcharge rate is 15% only. Maximum surcharge rate is 15% only. Remember this, but I will give you the detailed discussion regarding this in a capital gain revision session. Okay. Remember, if any SSE having the total income including this, so on these incomes maximum, then what about other income? So other income, we can levy the, yes, maximum surcharge, whatever it may be, yes, we can apply in case of new regime 25 or in case of default regime that is in 37%. Clear, ma? Sir, remember, sir, I'm given the important concepts. Okay. Maybe if you want to read the remaining concepts also, you can. Sir, but if I am given the more concepts, you are asking, sir, one concept is left, sir, that is also important. From in my point of view, you can ignore that concept. If time available, you can read. Otherwise, you can ignore all other concepts also, no problem. Sir, super 50 questions, na heavy risk, sir. But we are learning that almost 70% of the chapter. It's not 70. I think all covered. One or two concepts only we excluded, but no problem. You can take that as a choice. Okay. And one more thing. Okay. I will give you self-study concept 1. I will give you self-study concept 1. So please open the concept book. Yes. Self-study intermediate concept only, but I will tell you. This is only concept you have to study, man. Definitely you have to study. What is that? 68 to 69D. Yes, ma? 68 to 69D. Following these things are happened, definitely we can call it as an undisclosed income. So, if an AO identified any one of these things, AO can call that incomes as an what, ma? Undisclosed income. Undisclosed income. What is a tax on section 68 to 69D incomes? Ma, this is only undisclosed income. Can you tell me what is a tax? Already we discussed. What is a tax? Section 115BE saying at the rate of 78%. What is that? 78%. In that, you have to read the 68 and you have to solve the workbook question last one. Yes, I'm taking this last 7th question from past exam. If you read this at least once, then you can directly attack the question. Remember? Sir, they are asking one question and they are asking that answer in these side headings. You have to put these side headings only. Don't write the own side headings. You have to put these side headings only. Okay, put these side headings only and you can write that answer. Yes, this is an important question. Yes, I will read it out and I will tell you that answer also. Remember, assessment of Vishal. Our SSE is Vishal. So scrutiny assessment is going. Can you tell me what is the section number for scrutiny assessment? 143.3 scrutiny assessment is going. AO found that 20 lakh credited to the bank account of Vishal. Okay, in his bank account, how much amount is credited? 20 lakh. So definitely if any amount is credited in the bank account, we can say it is an income. Yes, it is a 7-mark question, mark. We can say it is an income. So, but AO asking the Vishal, AO asking the Vishal, sir, please explain the 20 lakh amount explanation. Vishal saying that, yes, sir, that amount is received from my friend, sir. His name Gautam. He has given that amount to me as an loan. I am accepting that amount by using account to pay cross check only. That is a genuine amount, sir. That means account to pay cross check means nothing but electronically that amount is received, sir. So equivalent to electronic bond nowadays. Okay, he's saying explanation. So that explanation saying that, what is that explanation, ma? Sir, that amount is given by whom, ma? Gautam. As a loan. Now, can you tell me, friend can do anything for us, right? Friend can do anything for us. Okay, now he's given the just loan. So nothing but Gautam. Now AO have a doubt. That's why AO got an asking an information from the Gautam also. Gautam also saying, sir, I am given the loan only. Both the persons are saying, sir, that is a loan amount only. But AO is not satisfied here. Why? Here Vishal Vishal have a responsibility to prove the creditworthiness of Gautam. Here responsibility not only that explanation and sir, whether this Gautam having the credit worthiness of the loan, that isn't 20 lakh. How he earned the 20 lakh? From which source he provided the loan also? You have to provide the explanation. That is only the point. So nothing but what, ma? So you have to provide the what, ma? Credit worthiness. That means Vishal needs to prove the credit worthiness of the lender. Who is a lender? Gautam. So then that is a normal income only. If Vishal not proven the credit worthiness of the Gautam, that is an undisclosed income. Yes, we can levy the tax at the rate of 78% on that. Yes, here AO intention is correct only. Vishal is unable to prove the credit worthiness of the Gautam. AO justified. AO can add these things under 68B. So that means what, ma? 68 to 69D is nothing but what, ma? Undisclosed income. In this question also, they are giving, sir, if Vishal proven the credit worthiness, okay. If Vishal unable to proven the credit worthiness, we can treat that as an undisclosed income and we can levy the tax at the rate of what, ma? 78%. I hope you are understood this concept, ma? And that's why this is an important point. You have to read this question at least once. They are given in the last attempts, I think for 7 marks. Sir, definitely, if any amount is credited in my bank account, definitely I can say this is given by my brother or my relative or anything also you can say. But under the external confirmation, that means from the lender also they are given the confirmation. This is not at all sufficient criteria. AO asking the what, ma? Vishal to prove the credit worthiness of the Gautam. Yes. Sir, Vishal having the salary income, Vishal having the gold business, Vishal having the trading business. From that source, he provided the loan to me. So that credit worthiness you have to prove. Otherwise, that is an undisclosed income. Now, shifted our discussion to the second chapter. Now, what is the second chapter? Return of income. 4 to 6 marks weightage. Yes, we can start our discussion, ma. We can start our discussion. First, mostly we can get the question from this area only. 139.1. What is that 139.1? Return of income chapter. Yes, can you tell me? In previous year, you are earning the income. For that, in assessment year, you are required to pay the tax. Income and year and the payment of tax. Can you tell me, is there any due dates for payment of tax? Yes. Definitely, you have to file one statement. That statement only called as a return of income. So for filing that statement, we have a different due dates. Depend upon the circumstances, we can take these due dates. One is 31st 7. Second one is 31st October. Last one is on 30th November. Remember, in which case, which SSEs will follow the which due dates also I will tell you. But remember, we have an only 3 due dates for filing of the return of income. Now, I will tell you one simple thing, ma. SSE responsibility to file the return of income. So after filing the return of income, it will be reached to the department, assessing officer. Assessing officer needs to take the responsibility of an assessment. That means whether this fellow is filing the correct return of income or incorrect return of income, all the things needs to be verified by the assessing officer. That procedure only known as assessment procedure. We have a list of assessment procedures for completing the assessment process. So these assessment procedures we can discuss in the next chapter. So can you tell me from whose point of view we have to discuss this chapter? Always SSE point of view we have to discuss. Remember, one type of return is called as a mandatory return. Another type of return is called as what? Voluntary return. Mandatory means if any requirement is there, yes, you have to file. Yes, if you are not filed the return of income. Sorry, example I will tell you. Sir, my basic exemption limit is more than, my total income is more than basic exemption limit. Definitely you can file the return. Or if you received any notice from the department, yes, you have to file the return. That is a mandatory return. Sir, no need to file the return of income as per the provisions, but still if you are filing, that is only called as what? Voluntary return. One section gives 8 marks for upcoming exams. That is only 139.1. Remember clearly, I will take nearly 15 minutes time for this section only. Yes, you have to allocate your more time for this section while you are revising also. Remember, who requires to file? First question, who requires to file the return of income? First, company, partnership firm, LLP, mandatorily they need to file the return of income. Irrespective of size, irrespective of turnover, irrespective of income, they are required to file the return of income. Other SSEs, can you give me some examples? Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. Here they are saying, remember, this is one way of an explanation. What is that one way of explanation? I will tell you. If you are starting the sentence from the gross total income, before section 54 series exemptions in capital gains, if exceeds the basic exemption limit, definitely you are required to file the return of income. Please check what gross total income in capital gain. So please don't take the exemptions. Please take only capital gain, gross capital gain. Before exemptions you can take. You can add all the things. If this gross total income is more than basic exemption limit, remember, not total income, more than gross total income is more than basic exemption limit, you are required to file the return of income. Remember, while you are calculating the gross total income in capital gain, don't take the exemption. Please take the gross income. Before exemptions, what is a capital gain you can take. Now, so in exams, maybe they can give another way. Maybe they can give another way. Sir, if you are starting from the total income, can you tell me? Yes, if you are starting from the total income, before taking chapter 6A deduction, before taking capital gain 54 exemption, if this exceeds the basic exemption limit, then you are required to file the return of income. Then you are required to file the what? Return of income. Remember, again I am repeating. If you are starting from here, please take the gross total income before taking the 54 series exemptions. If exceeds the basic exemption limit, okay. In some exams, they are given here. So, total income before taking the chapter 6A reduction, before taking section 54 series exemption, if exceeds the basic exemption limit, yes, these fellows are required to file the what? Return of income. Who? Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. For them only basic exemption limit is there. That's why this point inserted clearly. No. Resident and ordinary resident. It is a special case. Generally, resident and ordinary resident not required to file the return of income. Generally, he is not required to file the return of income. Based on what ma these points? Maybe. But in the special case, he has to file. What is the special case? He having one account in outside India, bank account, or he having one asset in outside India. Remember, resident and ordinary resident normally not required to file the return of income by using any case, but if you having one asset or one bank account in outside India, for this asset, maybe he is a beneficiary or beneficial owner, or remember anything also okay. Beneficiary or beneficial owner, or if you having the signing authority for the bank account for withdrawal or deposit, if you having the signing authority, definitely he has to file the return of income. I will tell you now what do you mean by the beneficiary, what do you mean by the beneficial owner. Sir, in USA, father purchased the house by way of paying the consideration. Father now beneficial owner. Father is an beneficial owner. Can you tell me son isn't beneficiary because son using that asset and he's receiving the benefits from that asset. So that's why son isn't beneficiary. If you are acting as a beneficiary also or beneficial owner also, if you're having that asset outside India, you are required to file the return of income mandatorily. Can you tell me? Sir, if father disclosed these things in the return, son not required. Son disclosed, na, father not required. Any one of them only required to disclose these things in a return of income. Sir, for bank account, normally the signing authority, if you have, definitely you are required to file the return of income irrespective of the basic exemption limit. Irrespective of the basic exemption limit. Sir, I don't have any income, sir. I have a loss only in outside India. Still you have to file. Still you have to file. Next. Last one, very important, special transaction. So now you have to open your chat box, ma. Special transactions, highly expected area for next attempt. Now, I'm starting, ma. If my deposits in current account, sir, I have 3 bank accounts, that 3 banks are SBI, Axis or Indian Bank. 3 current accounts I have during the previous year aggregated together in this current account. If you are deposited more than 1 crore, definitely you have to file the return of income because you are attracted under the special transaction. Sir, while coming to the savings account, more than 50 lakh or equal. But previously current account 1 crore more, but savings account related more than or equal to 50 lakh. Here equal to is there. Try to remember guys proper. Next. If you are incurred the foreign travel expenses more than 2 crore. Sir, if you have in the gross receipts of a profession more than 10 lakh. Sir, I haven't lost only ultimately, but gross receipts are there. Yes, you have. You have to file. Turnover of the business more than 60 lakh. Turnover is 60 lakh, then you have to file. Electricity expenses more than 1 lakh. TDS and TCS in your hands deducted or collected, that is more than 25,000 or equal to 25. In case of senior citizen, that limit will be increased to 50. Now, more than or equal to 2 points only, ma. Savings account 50 lakh or equal to 50 lakh more or equal. TDS and TCS also more than or equal to 25 lakh. Sorry, 25,000 or 50,000. So remember these limits. You will get definitely one question from this concept. Now, what is a due date for filing of return of income? Reverse only you have to read. Right? Sir, if any SSE is entered into that international transactions or specified domestic transactions, can you tell me for these SSE which provisions will apply? Ma? Transfer pricing provisions will apply. So the transfer pricing provision applied SSE required to submit the audit report under section 92E. So that's why for that SSE's due date is on or before 30th November. Next, company SSE, tax audit SSE. Can you tell me tax audit SSE? So nothing but partnership firm having the tax audit. Yes, partnership forming having what ma? Tax audit. Their partners also required to file the return of income on or before 31st October of assessment year. 31st October of assessment year. Remaining all SSEs, can you tell me what, ma? Any other SSE is required to file on or before 31st 7. Remember these three important. So transfer pricing related cases 31st, 30th. What is that? 30th November. Company SC, tax audit SSE, partnership firm having the tax audit, and the partners also can file the return of income on or before. Normally, any partner also okay here, working partner or non-working partner also okay. 31st 7, 31st 7, that is July 31st is all other SSE other than these two. Now I will open the recently released workbook. One question, yes, they are given. Now we can solve this. Shall we open? All of you, please give me confirmation about your understanding, ma. Now they are asking whether these following persons are required to file the return of income or not. They are asking along with the reason. So you have to mention the reason also. Now we can read the sentence and you have to tell me the whether he is required or not. I am reading the case 1. Rahul, 34 years, whose business turnover is 75 lakh. Total income is 2,40,000 only. Sir, turnover 75 lakh. Total income 2,50,000, that is less than basic exemption limit only. So it is in first year of business, that is not required. There is no other income also, and he is not claiming any chapter 6A deductions or section 10AA. What is your answer, ma? Many students, if you don't know the special transactions, you will write return of income is not required, but answer is return of income is required to file. Why? Turnover of your business is more than how much, ma? Turnover of your business is more than 60 lakh. In our question, they are mentioned 75 lakh. That's why return of income is required to file. I hope are you catching all the points, ma? Sir, you can read that entire thing, sir. Just I am giving the what is that final conclusion like. Next, sir, why I am discussing? Because after the preparation of my books, they released this. Whatever that uncovered things are there in the books, I want to tell you. So maybe you can get directly these questions in your exams also. Second question. Manoj, 48 years is. Gross receipts, remember properly, gross receipts 4 lakh only. Can you tell me what is that gross receipts we have to check, ma? What is the gross receipts we have to check? More than 10 lakh, but that's not satisfied. Just 4 lakh only. But profit from the profession is 2.2 lakh. And the fixed deposit interest 3.2. Can you calculate the gross total income? 2.2 lakh is an PGBP income. Income from other sources income is 3.2 lakh. Total how much? Total is nothing but 5.4 lakh. So can you tell me gross total income before claiming capital gain section 54 series is more than basic exemption limit or not, ma? Yes, that's why return of income is required. Sir, you can check this point but not gross. That's why we have to check the gross total income. That means income from PGBP and income from other sources more than that. That's why required. Shall we go with the third one? Partnership firm 9.5 lakh. Can you tell me what is a gross receipt limit we have to check, ma? All of you. Gross receipt 10 lakh, but it is less than 10 lakh. But remember, SSE is a partnership firm or company. Mandatorily they have to file. This is a designed trap. Partnership firm, LLP, yes, a partnership firm, LLP company is mandatorily required to file the return of income. It is a well-designed trap. Definitely you can check 9.5 lakh is less than 10 lakh not required. No. Like ABC Limited private company, electricity consumption they are given, but I don't want to check the electricity consumption. It is an private company. Company always required to file the return of income. Are you understood, ma? Please let me know. Next. Question number 5. Anil Kumar, age 56 years of age. Anil Kumar having the age 56 years is receiving the 60 lakh as a gift from his daughter. Name of daughter Priya, is 28 years, 25 March 2025 into his savings account. Sir, gift given by the daughter, but what is that amount deposited in savings accounts, ma? Savings account deposit is more than 50 lakh. Now, hero required to file the return of income. During the year, yes, how much amount deposited in the savings account? 60. Maybe they are given the other transactions like purchase of house property and there is no other income not required here. Fixed savings account balance is more than savings account deposit is more than 50 lakh. That's why what is the answer, ma? Required to file return of income. In all cases, answer is yes only, you can observe. Last case is very interesting and important also, remember. Sir, resident Indian, Mr. Prakash, gifted how much amount to his wife, ma? 30 lakh on the occasion of 50th birthday. Out of the 30 lakh, she purchased one car with how much amount, ma? 29 lakh 52,000. It including, remember, it including some charges, ma? Remove the charges. 2 lakh 15,000 is an RTO charges, registration charges, and 51,575 is an insurance, and minus warranty 25,255 minus accessory charges 35,460. Calculate the amount and tell me. I think we can take here. And all the things, if you are taken 2,15,000, 51 and 4 things if you remove, what is that amount you will get, ma? 26, 24, 710. 26, 24, 710. So this is only we can call it as an ex showroom price. Okay, calculate and yes, ex showroom price. Now, while purchasing the two-wheelers, sorry, other than two-wheelers, like other than two-wheelers, if you are purchasing any vehicle, we have to quote the Aadhaar number under section 139. Yes, ma, 139 Aadhaar and PAN number, yes, we have to give, so that all the things are satisfied only. She doesn't have any income, only house property income is there. Can you tell me, calculate house property income, ma? So every month 25,000 into 12 months you can calculate. Yes, how much you will get, ma? 3 lakh minus standard deduction 30%. So here rent only we are receiving, that is a normally GAV. So nothing but what, ma? Rent received is 3 lakh minus 30% standard deduction, that is nothing but 70,000, 90,000, sorry, 90,000. You will get a 2.10 lakh is an income from house property. It is an less than basic exemption limit. So that's why he is arguing that my wife is not required to file the return of income. Yes, correct only. Correct only. 52 years SSC. So they are not given any regime. Yes, you can take the default tax regime as an assumption, or you can take the assumption of a normal tax regime also, no problem. Yes, your assumption, your wish only, but follow default tax regime. If they are not mentioned any regime, default tax regime is an best assumption. Now, not required. But here one hidden point is there. If you are purchasing any motor vehicle, that value is more than 10 lakh, there is an 1% of TCS they will collect. The seller will collect from buyer. Buyer is whom? Here, Sudha. from that buyer, he will collect the 1% as an TCS. Can you calculate that 1%? Not TCS, sorry, not TDS, but TCS, tax collected at source. So who are selling the car, they will collect along with the sale, but this percentage needs to be applied on ex-showroom price. That's why 26,247. So TCS amount is 26,247. Sir, if TCS or TDS in the hands of normal person more than 25,000, they are required to file the return of income. They are required to file the return of income. If she is a senior citizen like 65 years, can you tell me what is the limit we have to check on that occasion? 50,000 we have to check. Think this is an important question we have to revise anytime now. Next thing. Yes, ma'am. You have to file the return of income on or before the due date. On or before the due date. If you are unable to file the return of income on or before the due date, you have to follow some consequences. What are the consequences? I will tell you. One, you have to pay the fees. Consequences if you are unable to file the return of income within the time. First one, penalty. Second one, interest under section 234A. Pays the best judgment assessment. Last one, now I will discuss what is the fees. Yes, ma'am? Can you tell me? Fees under section 234F, I will tell you. What is that fees, sir? If you are filing the return of income within the due date, no need to pay any fees. If you are filing the return of income in a late manner, definitely you have to pay the fees. What is the fees? 5,000. Under section 234F. What is that fees? 5,000. If total income does not exceed 5 lakh, fees payable shall not exceed how much, ma? 1,000. Important. Normally the fees 5,000. They are given. If your total income is less than or equal to 5 lakh, your fees also just 1,000 only instead of 5,000. Clear? Now, next I want to start the types of return. Important types of return. Definitely we have to extend the session for 15 to 20 minutes also. Please bear with it. Okay, otherwise you can left also and you can start watching in tomorrow also. No problem. So remember, types of returns. First, original return 139.1 already discussion is over. Who requires to file and when needs to file also over. Due dates also over. Who requires to file also over. Now I have to concentrate on the 139.3 loss return. Can you tell me why we have to file the loss return, ma? If you have a loss in this year, if you want to carry forward this loss to the next years, definitely what is that proof, ma? Loss return only. That's why what is that concept, ma? If you want to carry forward the loss of the current previous years to the next years, what is the proof? Loss return only. So can you tell me, repeat along with me on your own. Business losses, capital gain losses, losses from owning and maintaining of race horses, specified business loss. Remember, this is a PGBP loss. This is also PGBP loss. Remember, business loss, either speculative or normal also. If you having these 4 losses, if you want to carry forward these 4 losses to the next year, you need to file the return of income up to the due date under section 139.1 only. Can you repeat that 4 losses, ma? Business loss, speculative, normal, capital gain, or losses from owning and maintaining of race horses, or any business loss under section 35 AD, that is specified business loss. If you having these 4 losses, if you want to carry forward these 4 losses to the next year, definitely you have to file the loss return within the due date under section 139 subsection 1 only. Sir, then what about the house property loss, unabsorbed depreciation? No problem. You can file after the due date also, but loss return filing is mandatory, Babu. Loss return filing is mandatory. Are you clear? Remember. For these losses, you have to file the loss return before the due date. For these losses, after the due date also okay, but loss return filing is mandatory. Next. Example, practical question, important amended area, remember. One practical question I am explaining as an example. You can find this also in your workbook. Example. So previous year, assessment year, generally this is on due date. On that occasion, due date is an extended. That's why on or before this due date, we have to file the return of income. SSE file the return of income on next day 1 a.m. That is nothing but 1 hour delay is happened. 1 hour delay only happened. So that's why return filed on the next day. So in that return, he filed the loss of a business. How much amount? 3.2 crore. I think you know, if you haven't loss return, you have to file the loss return within the what due date. But here within extended due date, okay. But you filed after the due date. So just because of 1 hour, sir, that is an internet issue, server issue, genuine delay is there. So that's why you can apply with your higher authorities. Can you tell me higher authorities, ma? Who are the higher authorities? Yes, CIT, that means Commissioner of Income Tax, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax. Your loss is up to 50 lakh. You can ask with them. If they are saying yes, you can carry forward the loss to the next years. That is only called as condonation of delay in filing of return of income due to genuine reasons. What are the examples of genuine reasons? Internet issue, server issue. These are all the things. They can condone the delay just for 1 day, not for 5 days, 6 days, 1 week. As per case law, they have decided genuineness of hardships can be condoned by the department for 1 day delay only, not for 1 month, 2 months delay. Now, yes, if you are asking with this, if loss is 2 crore, then you can ask with the some more higher authority, Chief Commissioner of Income Tax. But if your loss is 2 crores to 3 crores, then you can ask with the Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax. If loss is more than 3 crores, directly you can apply to the CBDT. If they are saying the yes, you can carry forward the loss to the next year. But these limits are revised after this date. With effect from 1/10/2024, if you want to apply. So, if your loss 1 crore up to 1 crore, you have to go with the whom? CIT, PCIT. If your loss is 1 to 3, next CCIT. If your loss is more than 3 crore, can you tell me? PCCIT. Now, yes, no need to apply before CBDT with effect from 1/10/2024. Try to remember both the things. So, if you are applying before this date, these limits will apply. If you are applying with effect from, that means on or after this date, if you want to get the condonation of delay, then you have to follow this revise the limits, remember. Sir, if you are trying to remember, if you are trying to practice at least once, then only you can remember these limits. 52. So 50 to 2 crore, 2 crores to 3 crores, above 3 crores. But here 1 crore, 1 to 3, above 3. But there is no CBDT application on or after this date. Now, next I want to start with a belated return. What is that concept? Belated return. Remember, sir, if you are unable to file the return of income within the due date, no problem. We are given the one more chance to file the return. What is that one more chance? I will tell you. Please take this date 3 months prior to end of the relevant assessment year. What is the 3 months prior to end of the relevant assessment year? Yes, this is an relevant assessment year ending. Please take the 3 months prior. Next, assessment completion. Yeah, please remember this date. They will give you an exam. You don't know what is that assessment completion date. They will give you assessment completion date. Yes, whichever is earlier you have to take. Can you tell me whichever is earlier in this example? This is only earlier date. That means on or before this date, yes, SSE can file the belated return. That means 3 months prior to end of the relevant assessment year or assessment completion, whichever is earlier, on or before this date, yes, you can file the belated return. That means the maximum time is always 31st 12 of an assessment year only. So you can remember this, very important. Next. Here I am taking the reverse example, ma. So 3 months prior to end of the relevant assessment year, this one. Assessment completion date I am taken in the February month. So that's why earlier date is one, ma. This is only earlier date. On or before this date only you have to file the belated return. Remember, time limits is very important. Don't forget. 3 months prior to end of the relevant assessment year or assessment completion date, whichever is earlier, this assessment completion date they will give you an exam. Now, revise return. Sir, if you found any mistakes or omissions in, remember again, original return, loss return, belated return, any return also now can be revised under section 139.5. Under section 139.5. What is the time limit for filing the revised return? Same time limit. What is that? Same time limit. I will tell you example. So within the due date you are not filed the return month. So then belated return time limit 3 months prior to end of the relevant assessment year or assessment completion, whichever is earlier. Can you tell me what is the time limit for filing the belated return? This one. So he filed the belated return on this date. Within the time or after the time? Within the time only. Now in this belated return he found some mistakes. Can you tell me what is the time limit? Same time limit. Why? What are the time limits under section belated return? The same. That means revise the return also you have to do within this date only. What is that? 15th 9 he done. But in this also some mistakes found. So that's why you can file the re-revised return also. Like how many times you can file the revised return within the available time limits, sir? Yes, you can file the unlimited times also, but within the time limit. Yes, SSC can file the revised return for unlimited time, but within the due date under section 139.5. It substitutes the which return, ma? Original return. That means finally AO will do assessment on this return only. Whatever the latest return you file, it substitute the original return on this only. AO will start the assessment. Important. These are all the note points related to revised return once they are given for 4 marks. Next. Sir, after the due date, still if you are not filed the return of income, they will send the notice under section 142.1 for getting the return. So you are given the response to that notice by way of filing the return of income. You file the return of income. You file the what, ma? Return of income. Now I have a doubt. Can I revise this type of returns? No. On your voluntary basis, if you filed, you can do the revision. Now here, because of this notice mandatorily you filed, so that's why this return you can't revise. Remember, if any 142.1 notice if you received, in response to that, if you filed the return, you can't revise it. Next, if an SSC wants to file the revised return, always he needs to file the revised return by using the income tax website section 139 subsection 5 column only. If you are sending the letter, revised calculation, leave letter like formats, that will not be treated as revised return. If you want to file the revised return, you have to open that income tax website and you have to fill the particulars under section 139 subsection 5 columns. Next. Sir, you placed a refund of 50,000. Yes, you got refund also by processing under section 143.1. But after that, I realized I am eligible to get the refund of 75,000. Now, can I revise the return? Yes, you can revise the return after receiving the intimation or after receiving the refund also. But within time limit under 139 subsection 5. If you want to file the revised return, definitely you have to check the time limit under section 139 subsection 5. Next. Sir, at the time of filing the return of income of my business, I forget to claim the salaries as an expenses. I forget to take the salaries as an expenses while I am filing my return of income. Now, How can I claim these fresh expenses before AO, sir? Revise the return only. If you want to claim anything as a refund or expenses before AO, what is the remedy for you? If you are not claimed in the original return, yes, you can file the return of income under section 139(5). That is only called as what, ma? Revise return. First listen, I know what are the problems I am going to take also. If you want to listen, please continue the listen. So I don't know, in return of income, this is a theory area, how you can get the problems. Sir, Hero Ravi, we are not started the defective return concept. Please wait for 1 minute. Okay, now I will start defective return. Okay, please wait for, I think you are asking in a practical aspect point of view. I know. So that's why please wait. Ma. So now we can discuss the defective return. Remember, so SSE required to file the return of income. Okay. After filing the return, so if you are not attached the bank statements or books of accounts, proof of payment of tax, tax audit report, annexes, etc. These are mandatorily you have to attach along with the return of income. If you are not attached these things, assessing officer will treat that return as a defective return. So now, yes, now AO will send the intimation about the treating your return as a defective return along with the reason. Along with the what, ma? Reason. Remember, sir, here, if you are forget to attach or if you are not attached, these are all the things. Along with the return of income, he said that return as a defective and he given intimation and they are saying the reason for treating as a defectiveness also. So what is the time limit available for rectification of defect, ma? 15 days. Some cases they can extend the time limit also. After 15 days, that return will be treated as void ab initio. Void ab initio. So nowadays we are filing the all the returns based on what, ma? Annexerless or void. Annexerless means certain documents no need to add. Sir, we are claiming the HRA exemption, or we are claiming the rent-free accommodation, or we are claiming the many chapter 6A deduction. No need to attach any proofs. If required, they will send the notice. But these are the documents, yes, you have to attach. If tax audit is there, definitely you have to add the what, ma? Tax audit report also along with the return. If you are not furnished, that will be treated as defective return. Are you clear? Now, so as of now, we are done with the discussion of types of returns also. Next concept, PAN and Aadhaar. So these two you have to read very well, ma. So now I will start these two things, remember. PAN and Aadhaar. To be honest, we don't have this PAN Aadhaar. So normally we don't have the PAN and Aadhaar. Okay, Aadhaar is there in our syllabus only. PAN is not there in our syllabus, but they are asking questions. Now we can start. We can start. Sir, 139A, I am taking the PAN concept. I think less than 15 minutes of your time only needed from my side. So spare your 15 minutes more, 15 to 20 minutes time. So then you can take your sleep also. 139A, PAN. Sir, these are the following persons required to apply the PAN number. First, they need to apply and they need to obtain the PAN number mandatorily. Who? Every person who is accessible to tax in individual capacity or in representative capacity. I need to pay the tax in my individual capacity, but I need to pay the tax on behalf of my father. That is only the representative capacity. Both cases you have to apply PAN number. If any person carrying the business or profession, turnover or gross receipts likely to exceed 5 lakh. So many students are confusing. In the first point I discussed, who required to file the return of income special transaction, turnover more than 60 lakh. Gross receipts more than how much, ma? 10 lakh. This is for return filing purpose. This is for PAN purpose. Don't confuse. If you haven't the turnover or gross receipts of your business or profession, if exceeds are likely to exceed. In first year we can't estimate, that's why likely to exceed they are given. First year of your business you can't say yes sir, it is an exceeds or likely to. So definitely if it exceeds we can't say, that's why likely to exceed also okay. Trust also. Last important. Any resident person other than individual, yes I am taking that example of firm as well as company, who enters into the financial transaction 2,50,000 or more. They purchased the land with the 10 lakhs. The transaction value is more than 2,50,000. That's why this firm and the company also required to apply and obtain the PAN number. Along with the company directors, partners and the principal officers also required to apply. Your joint thing is there. This person required to apply along with the firm related partners also, company related directors also, like if I am saying AOP or local authority, that principal officers also required to apply and obtain the PAN number. So now I am given the one concept as a self study where we need to code the PAN number. So definitely we can expect the MCQ. Don't refer the any book. Yes, here I am given in a simple words. I am given the yes easy shortcuts also. You can remember these Q points. Just overall reading. Don't by heart. Definitely you will get an MCQ. In which transactions we have to code the PAN number. So last I think we referred sale or purchase of motor vehicle other than two-wheeler. I think in our yes this question she purchased the motor car. That's why she given the Aadhaar and PAN details also. Yes, remember these things you can read ma. This is 139A. Two parts. Who required to apply and obtain the PAN and where we need to code the PAN number. These two concepts we have to cover in the concept of what ma PAN. Now Aadhaar, one amendment is there. One amendment is there in Aadhaar concept. Shall I start the amendment and concept of Aadhaar number? So just I am expecting a reply. So now I will take the water. So can you tell me, shall we start? 10 minutes of your time only needed. Remember, please give the reply. Can I start the Aadhaar 139AA? Sir, please think sir, if I am saying anything maybe you can take in a wrong way. If you are open the workbook, if you don't have any energy or if you don't have any intention to open the books, I can't do anything, sir. I will say. So this question number 7 I discussed, sir. This is only loss return. Yes, a condonation of delay. Example, if you opened and if you see, then you can know about the discussion value. And continuously asking practical. This is a theory chapter, yeah. You can read. Yes, loss return question number 6. This is also covered. So these losses, if you have to file the loss return. Can you tell me what ma? Before the due date. What is the due date? If tax audit is there, this one. Tax audit is not there, this one. Sorry. If tax audit is not there, this one. If tax audit is there, this one. That only I am saying, if required, I will open. In first chapter, you are not asked, I only opened that question number 7, I explained. Question number 7, you are not asked, I explained. And question number 6, there is a difficulty and student can do mistake. So, under old regime, we have to calculate tax liability by using marginal relief. In new regime, directly we can calculate. It is not a basic limit, 5 crore in the new regime. I know in which areas I have to stress and which area is an important for the practical aspect. Definitely I can. So this question number 15, you don't know the source also. I open the source. I am given the answer for this. And the revision, you have to complete within 10 hours, but entire chapters or entire questions not possible. You have to invest your side. Invest some time also from your side. So workbook, comment. If I'm asking comments, you are not giving the reply of answer, but you are asking Sir, give me that practical question. These are practical discussions only. I'm not get tension. I'm given the explanation. Okay. Now, so I'm given the explanation for the students. Remember, these are only the things are getting as questions in your exams. Yes, these are the questions you can read and you can understood. Remaining chapters, I will explain that all the questions. Don't think about it. Remaining transfer pricing. Now, if you are asking, if you are not asking also, I will tell you that more problems. Because in that area, numericals are there, stepwise are there. That's why. This is a theory chapter. If you know the provisions, if you open that workbook, you will get that idea. And detailed answers are there. I am not escaping a presentation for that answer. I am giving the answers also. Now, so remaining concept. Believe me, whatever the things I am covered in the revision, yes, if you watch and if you are practicing the questions, you will get that exemptions pakka. I am not exaggerating the things. I am saying the facts only. You can inquire about the seniors and you can compare the workbook with the past exam questions also. You will get the questions from these books and these provisions only. This is an exclusive CMA final course. First thing I am saying. Now, revise 139 AA Aadhaar. I will tell you, in my case, I applied the Aadhaar number in the 2015-16. So, Mr. X applied recently 22-23. One base date for this provision, you have to remember 1/7/2017. Yes, 1/7/2017. Remember, any person if applied the PAN, if applied the what ma PAN before this date. And here one more example, we are taking on or after the date. Now, so one drastic change happened on or after this date in PAN application. What is a drastical change? In PAN application, they are asking the Aadhaar number also. Like Mr. X already quoted the Aadhaar number in PAN application. Remember, in PAN application, already he quoted the what ma? Aadhaar number. So that's why he already created the linkage between the Aadhaar and PAN. But in my case, no linkage is there now. If Aadhaar number is available, you have to quote the Aadhaar number. But previously, they are given the chance to give the Aadhaar enrollment ID, provisional Aadhaar number simply. So today, if I am applying, they will give you Aadhaar enrollment ID. After few days, I will get the Aadhaar number. So they have discontinued the giving the Aadhaar enrollment ID here in order to prevent the fraud cases. This is only amendment for our attempt. This is only amendment for our attempt. Remember, due date for linking. Sir, in this case, can you tell me who needs to create the linkage, sir? I am only. So, what is the due date they are given for creating linkage? 31st/3/2022. Already over. So, if you are unable to create the linkage, you have to pay the fees of 1000. First, they are saying the 1000, but if you are referring the rules, can you tell me what is the date, ma? 31st/3/2022. Within 3 months, that is up to 30th/6/2022, if you created linkage 500. After that, if you are created the linkage, they will charge 1000. So just directly if they are asking 1000. As per rules, if they are asking, yes, you have to mention within 3 months 500, after the 1000. Now, Aadhaar and linking thing, that is 139 AA. The linking of Aadhaar number with the PAN is not applicable in following cases. What are the following cases, ma? Person residing in Jammu and Kashmir, Assam, Meghalaya. So because in these states Aadhaar is not fully implemented, that's why relaxation is given. Next, non-resident also not required. If any person attain the age of an 80 or more, that means what? Super senior citizen or very senior citizen is also not required to quote the Aadhaar number in the PAN application. If he is not a citizen of India, you don't have any Aadhaar number. That's why this provision is not applicable for them also. So this list is also important. Aadhaar and PAN linkage is not applicable in the following cases. If any person situated in these three states, Assam, Jammu and Kashmir, Meghalaya. So in earlier years, we have one more state here, Sikkim. Now that is removed. In future, these states also can be removed. Now, non-resident, super senior citizen, very senior citizen, not a citizen of India. So now what are the discussions are over, ma? What is that amendment here? So instead of Aadhaar number, you can quote the Aadhaar enrollment ID also in earlier, but they are removed that thing. Now, verification of return of income. What is that? Verification of return of income. Sir, I am expecting one MCQ directly from this concept. Directly, they will give you one MCQ from this concept. Yes, we have to read. Sir, what do you mean by the verification? So after giving the return of income related details, you have to give the electronic verification or physical verification also. Then who can do this verification? 140. Sir, in case of individual, that means individual only. Individual is not present in India or individual is mentally incapacitated, then any person competent to verify on his behalf, that means any authorized person can do this verification. So next, HEF case ma, Karta. HEF is not, Karta is not presented in India or Karta is mentally incapacitated. Whom? Adult member. Here very important conclusion we can draw. Adult member means here male also okay, female also okay. Adult member, that's enough. Next, partnership form, managing partner. If no managing partner is there, no managing means working partner. So any partner, but not being a minor. Minor is not responsible for any duties. So that's why benefits only he can become as a partner. This is a responsibility. That's why he can't do sign. LLP, designated partner. Designated means working partner only. There is no designated partner. Any partner can sign. Domestic company, managing director. No managing director, any director. If that company is in liquidation, all directors' position will be cancelled. Liquidator will appoint. That's why liquidator only will sign on the return on income. Next, if the corporate insolvency resolution process initiated under IBC, I think in your law you have this insolvency bankruptcy code also. So in this occasion, insolvency resolution professional, that's why IRP needs to sign. So these two can be expected. Ma. Under IBC insolvency, under IBC if liquidation procedure is going on, insolvency resolution professional, normally liquidator. Foreign company, a person holding the valid power of autonomy, that means nothing but agent. Political party, CEO, not party president, CEO. CEO. Next, local authority, principal officer. Any other person, that means authorized person only. Competent to verify on behalf of means nothing but whom? Authorized person. So local authority principal officer means nothing but main officer. Please revise this 140 last concept, not problem. Concept is 140 capital A self-assessment. Sir, return of incomes nowadays we are required to file by using that what ma? Self-assessment only. Yes, you file the return of income on self-assessment basis after the due date or before the due date ma? After the due date, you paid 1 lakh only. But assessing officer calculated the tax liability, he is saying 1 lakh 25. Can you tell me whether you paid the short payment or more payment ma? Short payment. If any short payment is there, AO definitely will give the details about this 1,25,000 breakup in the assessment order. While he is sending the assessment order, how you are arriving the 1,25,000, they will say. So fees, they are saying 5,000 sir, because you are filing the return of income in a late manner. Second one, you have to pay the interest under section 234A sir, because you are filing the return in late manner. Next one, balance is in tax. How much ma? Balance you can say 5,025 is over. Remaining 95 you are required to pay as a tax. So now how can I adjust the short payment of self-assessment tax? First, it should be adjusted against the fees. Second, it should be adjusted against the interest. Third, it should be adjusted against tax. Balance, can you tell me 5,000 utilized here? Second, 25,000 utilized against interest. Balance 70,000 only available that can use against the tax. Yes, ma? So next, final amount of payable is 25,000. Sam tax consultants question bank are contains the very limited chapters. Sir, in the starting of this session only, I am given the clarification. In my app, hard copies are available, soft copies are available, soft copy view option only, for purchase only. The reason is nothing but nearly 2,400 hard copies already sold and many students are using. Nearly 200 plus students are purchased soft copies. So if I am releasing the soft copy versions, definitely I can receive the number of messages from them. So that's why I'm given the hard copies and soft copy of books only. So that is an available in my app, sir. You can use these app name Bhaskar class or classes. You can find that app in Play Store and you can place your order also. And so very limited books are there. I think here I can find nearly 160 books only there from my side. So that next after that, yes, many, if any one person asking the book, I can provide only soft copy, that too view option only. This is a clarification from my side again. Now I want to discuss some questions from the workbook. Two questions only I will do. Question number 4. Sir, here they are asking whether SSE is required to file the return or not. This question they are given in December 2023 for 8 marks they are given. Old syllabus. 70 years resident and ordinary resident. Ma. So income, total income from house property 2,80,000. Definitely it is less than what ma basic exemption limit. But they have an asset in outside India. Asset in outside India. So that's why definitely if any SSE is a resident and ordinary resident, if they having that asset located outside India, they are required to file the return of income mandatorily. Second question, TCS point. So X showroom price is 28 lakh. And the 28 lakh is 1%. That is in how much ma? 28,000 TCS is there. If the TCS or TDS in that person hands more than 25,000, we are required to file return of income. Sir, this question is given in the old exam. Repeatedly, they are given in our workbook, recently released workbook also. Now, one more question I want to discuss, ma. Now, question number 8. It is an June 23 question paper, 5 mark question in new syllabus. Okay. Yes, ma'am. You can contact with me by using the WhatsApp number. Yes, I will share my house location only. Now I am in my house. So from 1 month afterwards, I will take the physical premises related to classes. So now I am in my home only. You can contact with my WhatsApp number. So then I will share the location. You can come and you can collect the books. This is only my WhatsApp number. 8309353726. Okay. And you can find this number in the, I think, description box also. No issue. Last question, ma. Assessing officer issued a notice under section 142.1. Can you tell me this 142.1 notice is given by the AO to the SSE after the due date or before the due date? Ma, first you have to know That is an after due date they will issue. After due date, they are issuing the 142(1) notice because this fellow is not filed the return of income. So please file the return of income. They are asking, yes, he filed also. Remember, this notice always they will issue from after the due date only. Now, sir, they are issuing this notice on this date. They are asking for filing the return of income. In response to that notice, hero filed the return of loss. Remember, he filed the loss return. In this loss return, he filed the two things. What are the losses he declared? One is an business loss, another one is an unabsorbed depreciation. Another one is an unabsorbed depreciation. Can you tell me, business loss, if you want to carry forward to the next years, can you tell me? These things needs to be filed within due date, but here after the due date you file the return of income. That's why business loss cannot be carried forward, because if you want to carry forward the business loss, you have to file the loss return within the due date, but here we file the loss return after the due date. That's why business loss you can't carry forward. What about unabsorbed depreciation? Unabsorbed depreciation, yes, you can carry forward. Unabsorbed depreciation, yes, you can carry forward even though you file the loss return after the due date, but loss return filing is mandatory. Loss return filing is what, mandatory. So remaining questions you can read on your own. Definitely you will understood. Okay, so that's end from my side. Then what about updated return? No problem. Tomorrow first 10 minutes I will take the updated return, then I will go with the further concept. Don't think about the updated return concept. First 10 minutes of the tomorrow session I will take updated return, then after I will take the next chapter as per our schedule. Can you tell me what is the next chapter? Transfer pricing only tomorrow. So overall coverage I want to do within 2 to 2.5 hours. Please be aware, weightage is 30 marks. First 10 minutes I will take the updated written concept also. 10 minutes. After that I will take transfer pricing, 30 marks weightage. Okay. So if you have any doubts, yes, you can ask. Otherwise we can conclude the session for today. Remember, whenever is a practical question is required, I will solve that. Okay, don't hurry, and you can revise, and you have 1 month left for your exam still also. You can start revising from the various sources. Like, okay, these are the sources I provided. If you are already following any material, yes, you can follow it also, but follow exclusive CMA final material. So don't follow CA final. So tomorrow onwards, always the class will be started from 8 only. I already explained in the beginning of the session only. Today only the new things I want to set up as a system and audio capture devices, video and all the things I want to set up. That's why the later. Today the session will be started in a late manner. Tomorrow onwards we can start in a mean time only, that is an 8 only, 8 to 10 only we can start. Okay, if anything is there, yes, you can tell me. Otherwise we can conclude the session. Tomorrow we can start with the transfer pricing. If time is available, yes, you can revise also. Yeah. So thank you for joining. So I'm not expected this much of strength for gathering this revision series. Just I am expecting just 50 to 60. Okay, even one student come also. One student came for the sessions also. That's okay for me. I think only the 50 to 60 will come. But now, so this is an available in a book also. Sure enough, I think I uploaded that regular class also, business restructuring, but I will try to cover that business restructuring again in revision. No problem. Final syllabus, CMA final, CA final, always we have an same syllabus. Wherever we are reading, always we are reading the Income Tax Act 1961 only, but way of asking the questions is different, and question paper pattern is different, depth is different, all the things are different only. CA final, CMA final, the syllabus means nothing but chapter names are same, not questions and concepts. Not same. Okay, entire act only same. But in tax planning chapter, you can see depth. So tax planning, the CA final only 3 or 4 pages is there. For us, nearly 40 pages is there. In our workbook also we have Vinod. We have question PCBP depreciation subsidiary holding, that is not institute. In our book also we have. I copied from them only. So I will tell you in a PCBP chapter that concept. Okay, I will tell you that concept in a PCBP chapter, that is a question, and it is an important also. You can use for CA final, but you have to solve the questions from your ICAI book. So definitely you have to solve the questions from ICAI, but theory is always same. Theory is always same. CA final students also can use this, but you have to solve the questions from your ICAI book. Okay, so just wait, I will show the question related to Vinod query, then we can conclude the session. Yes, PGBP. Vinod, this question only I think you are asking. Smile and wholly happy question. Smile and happy question only. And for this, one theory is there. One theory is there. And if you have, I think you purchased the books also from me or from other institute. So no problem. This is in theory we have to use, Vinod. I will show you. Special cases related to cost of acquisition. If holding company transfer the asset to subsidiary, subsidiary transfer to holding. Yes, sir. These conditions are satisfied. Cost to be recorded in receiving company, WDV to the transferor. If you know this point, that question isn't dead easy to you. Okay. What about PCBP means we can discuss at the time of PCBP. Ma. I think in our schedule we have an PCBP on 21st May. On that occasion we can discuss. So books cost is 1099. That is 1,000 rupees. Sorry, 999. That is 1,000. Online also, offline also you can collect and you can pay 1,000 rupees. Yes, you can purchase the books also. Okay, already. Yet to be purchased. Yes, you can purchase. And I think one student asked, sir, you are left from BCCA. Yes, nowhere. So I'm studying the classes on my own. Not only the tax, not only the direct tax. Group 3, that is in paper 13, 14, 15, 16, as well as 17, 18, 19, 20 also. For June, that means December attempt, we can start. As an institution, we can. But as of now, I exited from BCCI. So I want to start on my own only. That is only the reason, nothing is there. So this is only the point I want to say. So these are all the papers. Yes, I will start the coaching. Suraj, you paid 1,200 in other institution. I don't know about it. I haven't black and white copies. I think you got in color copies. Okay. So the time is now, I think 11:36. So we can leave this session now, ma. Yes, you can continue your preparation. So from my side, I will take these all the revision videos, all the revision classes, and these things will be uploaded as in a playlist also. You can watch and you can check. Soft copy cost, I think 400. Hard copy cost, I think 1,000. Yes, soft copy, I think 400. So the reason for not sharing the soft copies, definitely many students will ask the direct question to me. So why you are selling the all the things in a past? Definitely they will ask. That's why that is a reason, ma. So thank you. Have a nice day. Tomorrow we can meet. Yes, I will allocate the non-resident chapter. Don't think about Ahmad. So don't think about it, Ahmad. I will start the non-resident also. After that completion of these are all the chapter, we can start the non-resident on 28th or whatever it may be. So you can download my app and you will get the e-books and you can purchase directly. You can watch that all the things. Thank you, Suraj. All of you, thank you. So now whatever the books you want to purchase from me, that is in black and white copies only. So tomorrow I have an inter-review session also. That's why now I'm taking the break. All of you, you can read for 1 hour also. Now 11:37, you can take break for 15 minutes and you can take the revision for some time and you can take sleep. Yeah, I will start after some months. I think now I want to concentrate on CMA final. After few months, I will start. Version 2 is not useful for these attempts. Version 2, that is in Finance Act 23 based. Now we have to do the amendments as per Finance Act 24. So that's why version 2 you can't use. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Tata. We can talk in a next session definitely. Thank you, ma. No, 8 p.m. onwards. Tomorrow onwards, we can start the class after 8 p.m. Every day 8 only. Today only. First day. I haven't some fear feelings about the starting of the live sessions. That's why the sessions will be started. Sessions started in a late manner. Don't think about it tomorrow. Tomorrow we can start at 8 only. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Soft copy 400 rupees. Thank you. Have a nice day. Good day.